All right, welcome back to another episode of Asset Coach and Tax Strategist. If you're a subscriber, thanks so much. If you're not, please subscribe. We drop episodes every Thursday. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. The goal of our YouTube channel is really focused on just going through current event articles, reading between the lines, calling BS when there's BS, and just to try to help you and I as business owners, and then you and I as taxpayers, to try to figure out what kind of BS are they trying to tell us? And we know it's BS, but why? How? What do I need to do? What steps should I take? And so anyway, so I enjoy doing this. We don't do really don't do this to monetize the channel or anything like that. It's really just focused on content and giving you information and just kind of giving you a perspective that maybe you want to hear or maybe you don't. So most of our episodes are between 10 and 18 minutes. We just go through articles, current event articles. And so today's article, let me share my screen, is about California and a map showing new California high-speed rail routes. So if you're not familiar with California, and when we were living there over 3 years ago, we've been in Texas since the end of 2020, December 30th, 2020 to be exact, is when we hit Texas soil and became Texans. And before that, they came out with, hey, we're going to build a high-speed rail system. And all of us were like, huh? High-speed rail for what? And from San Francisco down to LA, we're like, huh? How? Why? That seems like a waste of money. It's already an hour flight. So you're telling us that it's going to be cheaper to go from not an airplane, but do a high-speed rail than plane? Oh, okay. It just didn't make sense. And so I was sitting there going, what would really make sense is that if California and a lot of the larger cities in some of the other states around Vegas got together with Vegas and said, hey, let's build high rail speed systems from these big cities to you, Vegas. That would be a moneymaker. People would do it. Okay, people would do it. And Vegas could front the bill for the majority of that because they'll get their money back. They know they would, especially if they had gambling on the speed rails once it crossed the border. Just seemed like it would make a lot of sense. But are there enough people from San Francisco that are traveling down to LA or vice versa that a phone call, a Zoom, or an airplane can't solve? For a $130 billion budget, it's that important, huh? But Europe, other countries have high-speed rails. Yeah, because they also don't use cars as much as we do. Their infrastructure wasn't designed like ours are. Makes more sense. All right, whatever. You want to copy everybody? How about you let everybody copy you? Isn't that the best example of flattery or when people copy you? So like Dubai is copying everybody's big stuff or whatever. I don't know. This is just confusing to me. But anyways, enough of me blabbing so we can share my screen and hear me blab some more. So let's take a look at this map. Okay, a series of maps show the full extent of California's proposed high-speed rail routes that would provide an efficient and quick way of travel between state major cities. By the way, they're already over budget. Just so you know, I know this was a shocking revelation that California would be over budget. Oh, by the way, they passed this pre-pandemic, and what happened with supply chains and cost of goods and inflationary numbers. If you've seen some of our other episodes on some of the inflationary numbers, oh, that's right, the cost of everything's increased. Oh, that's right. A lot of people have left the state, especially business owners, left the state to other states that are growing. But anyways, besides all that, forget all that. Don't look at that. Come over here, look at this pretty nice shiny thing over here. Renewed interest has surfaced in high-speed rail travel after Brightline West, a new all-electric 218-mile rail line bringing passengers from Vegas, Nevada to Rancho Cucamonga, California, broke ground on Monday after construction was delayed for several years. The project expected to be completed before 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. The California High-Speed Rail Authority has another rail line planned that would provide a trip from San Francisco to Los Angeles in less than 3 hours. That's awesome. That's awesome. 3 hours. That's such great news. It really is. Oh, imagine that. Going to broken down San Francisco. That means homeless in LA could go become homeless in San Francisco within 3 hours. That's fantastic. Because at the end of the day, that's what San Francisco has turned into. It's what LA has turned into. Right? I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but facts are facts. Just look at what's happened. According to maps on the Rail Authority's website, the proposed high-speed rail line would traverse 3 regions: Northern, Central, and Southern California. The Phase 1 system will connect San Francisco to Los Angeles Basin via the Central Valley in current 3 hours, capable of exceeding 200 miles an hour. Phase 2 will extend to Sacramento and San Diego. Okay, cool. Good. Well, I can see Sacramento and San Francisco. I can see that. And I actually can see Orange County and San Diego, because the 5 freeway and the 15 freeway to get from Orange County to San Diego has been ridiculous. There was a time when 20 years ago, you'd be able to predict traffic going down to San Diego from Orange County and vice versa. Now you can't. You can predict traffic. It's just traffic. It's going to be traffic. It doesn't matter when you go. But a spokesperson of the authority told Newsweek that the project is at an exciting time. Well, sure it is. Sure it is. It's got to be. You got a blank check in creating something that's not needed. That's exciting. There are 171 miles of rail line under construction, and there is environmental clearance for 422 miles. In the last year alone, the authority has been awarded $3.3 billion in new federal funds. But see what I said, blank check, $3.3 billion federal funds to advance the work on the initial operating segment between Merced and Bakersfield. That's I'm not even going to comment on that. 3.3 billion between Merced and Bakersfield. Let me bring up the map. Let's bring up Google Maps and let's put in Merced. California, there we go. And direction, not from where here in McKinney, Texas. Whoa, that's going to be Bakersfield, California. Okay, so I'm just going to do Merced, California to Bakersfield, California. And it is, let's see here, based on drive traffic, it's 2.5 hours, 164 miles. So 164 miles of railway for 3.3 billion. And this is new federal funding. Okay. Do you think they're going to stay within budget? Don't answer it. I don't want to hear it. Leave me guessing. The anticipation has me on the edge of my seat. Oh, here it is. Look at this. From Merced to Bakersfield. Boom. There's 165 miles right there, 64 miles. So here it is. Here it is. The high-speed rail. Oh my goodness. Exciting. Oh, and here's where all the little stations are going to be. Oh my goodness. I got goosebumps. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. Go California. We may move back to California just for this. I mean, look at all this. We're not going to go through all this, of course. You can look at all this. I mean, all I see is wasted money. That's all I see here. Wasted money. What has there been such a huge need of people saying, boy, I wish I could ride a train from LA to San Francisco. Wouldn't that be awesome? And no, it'd be awesome if we could do it fast. That would, oh my goodness, who's on board? Come on. Know what this is? This is a way for our politicians to give their friends and family money. If we looked at who got contracts, and if we followed the money, and there is an investigative reporter who is able to survive the investigation, to actually write this, be very interesting to see where the money actually is going. It's our taxpayer dollars. It's not federal funds. It's our funds. Our funds. When you get up in the morning, I was up at 4:30 this morning, woke up, was rested, got my 5 hours, shower, get into the office. I'm probably going to be here till 4:35. And all that time, day in, day out, of me trying to better my community, better my family, better my employees, better my clients, better my partners situation. And I want to, don't trust me. I thoroughly enjoy what I do. This is not work. What about those people who don't enjoy it? That clock in? What about those people who own businesses that now have to pay $20 an hour minimum wage because their entry-level jobs aren't supposed to be career jobs? They're supposed to be entry-level, supposed to be part-time. That's the point of it. A leg up, step forward. Why the community college system has cheaper education, so you can go work a entry-level job, go to school, get educated, get trained, so you can get a higher paying job. Stepping stones, that's what it's about. Decisions. Why in the world are we as business owners or as taxpayers paying for people who didn't make good decisions or aren't willing to change decisions today? I'll leave you with that question.